Activision presents a smashing blast from the past. Fasten your seatbelts for a Beanox recreation.
Welcome to a new Let's Play, everybody. This is CTR Nitro-Fueled. Now, I've already done, Crash Team Racing beforehand, but we're now doing the Nitro-Fueled version because there is a lot of differences to this that we gotta get through. Let's begin, shall we? I think we wasted Crash's time enough here. Broke his jaw a little bit. But first, we have to get through Activision's fucking terms and services here. A massive bunch of pages where you have to keep tapping the R1 button to get past them. It fucking sucks. Done. Okay, now let's go into adventure because I'm gonna be going through and not doing it in Nitro-Fueled mode. I'm not gonna be doing it there. I'm gonna do it in classic, where we go through one character all the way through from beginning to end. Nitro-Fueled lets you do some other things. We'll have difficulty for it, like easy, medium, and hard. I'm gonna keep it on classic so you get to know, how it usually started in the PS1 version at least. So, of course, we started off and we get our usual choice. Crash, Coco, Cortex, Tiny, Engine, Dingodile, Pura, and, Polar, yeah. So, pretty much it's all of the characters here, and they all have, the usual of, they're either balanced in a way, or they're all about speed, or all about acceleration, or about control, and all of that. And, yeah, I am obviously going to be choosing the ones with the most acceleration, because that's what we did last time when it came to, when it came to Coco and Engine here. I'm going to choose an Engine this time, however, because while I like using Coco, I've already done Coco. We haven't done Engine yet, and Engine and Coco are basically the same in stats. So I'm going to be playing this Engine for pretty much throughout this video in order to give you a gist of how similar they are and also how the game's going to play. But first, you must see the intro of this game because it actually starts when you go into adventure mode instead of at the very beginning of the game.
Creatures of this planet, I come to compete.
So you pesky earth slugs like to race, eh? Well, I, nitrous oxide, am the fastest racer in the galaxy. I travel the stars looking for creatures to test my skills.
It's a little game I call survival of the fastest. Here's the way we play.
I challenge the best driver of your world to a race for the planet. If your driver wins,
I'll leave your miserable little rock alone. But if I win, I will turn your entire globe into a
concrete parking lot and make you my minions. Get ready to race for the fate of your planet.
Welcome to the adventure area. You can travel around this area and practice your driving skills. The dots and stars on the map represent warp pads, which lead to races. When they flash, it signifies they are open to play. To access a racetrack, drive onto a warp pad that has an active warp vortex, and it will take you to the track's starting line. Finish the track in first place to win a trophy. As you collect more trophies, other tracks will unlock. Good luck and drive fast.
Oh yeah, it's also the fact we have Uka Uka now instead of Aku Aku, because, you know, we're not playing a hero character, we're playing a villain character. We never got to hear Uka Uka in the PS1 version, because I always played as Coco the entire time, so we only got to hear Aku Aku. But the voice actors have changed. In fact, you can hear that Uka Uka is very much different in the very fact that it doesn't sound, you know, demonic and evil. He just sort of, you know, sounds a bit, you know, surfer dude in a way. However, the voice is fine, it's just the acting is a little bit safe in a way. It's not like, you know, harsh and mean and booming. But what can you do? Anyway, this is Crash Cove, and the first thing you'll notice is that pretty much the graphics look fucking amazing. Like, the levels look great, the characters look great. Like, it pretty much is a very solid looking CTR remaster really, you know? Oh, by the way, achievements. I'm not going to show every achievement. I'll let you know of achievements I've gotten off screen essentially. There's going to be a few because either I did it by accident or, you know, just from fucking setting shit up really. Which, I know I got currently 2 achievements that I'm going to mention in the next part because I tried to set some things up for later on, and yeah, I just pretty much had no choice but to get those achievements because of it. But right now this is Crash Cove, and Crash Cove is the easy one, really. It's not a big surprise there. Not a whole lot to go with when it comes to the achievements. I mean, right now we got that shortcut, which is very easy to pull off. And all the weapons here, like the shield and the TNT and the vials and such, they're all pretty much what you expect. They're all about on that quality. Not only that, but obviously when we get all the Wumpa, we can then have the supercharged weapons, which are a lot better. For instance, we can drop down some Nitro crates, we can use a much more powerful and better shield. We can, you know, put down some red vials. And, you know, if we really had the other stuff like the mask power-up, the Uka Uka mask for us right now, we'd be able to have it for longer and such. There is one little thing I want to bring up, though, and that comes in with the boosting. The boosting kind of stays with how it was beforehand of the old game and such, but at the same time, the methods of keeping your boost are completely fucking different and a lot more difficult to pull off. Which is going to make getting through some of these challenges, especially the Relics stuff, much more of a nightmare than it was beforehand. But right, let's celebrate with Engine because we got the trophy. Look at that dance. What a great dance. Anyway, here's some more Uka Uka for you.
Congratulations! You win a trophy! You can go faster through turns by power sliding. Press the power slide button while performing a hard turn.
Yeah, you've heard a lot of this shit already because, you know, we've done the CTR game beforehand. It's all be the same lines and such. Oh, by the way, you might have noticed I got a thing called a sticker. It was like Crash's face then. I'll explain about that in the next part. There's a lot of unlockables in this game. Like, much, much more than what original CTR had. And not only that, but you just get them from completing races and challenges and such a lot of the time. There are a lot that you can only get by buying them. I will get to that when we get to that. But right now, we're focusing on here with Roost Tubes as we're going through and just, you know, going through it the classic way of things. We're not worrying about all that bullshit, like, you know, all the stickers and such. We're worrying about the usual of just getting through the tracks and completing the fucking bullshit. Oh, by the way the starting boost thing works, I honestly feel like it doesn't work as well as it did beforehand. I don't know about you, but whenever I get like a full free boost thing on the start, it feels no different to getting the first boost. It doesn't feel like I'm getting like the maximum starting boost. It feels like I'm just kind of like, you know, only getting the one boost. I'm not even timing it that poorly, it's just, that's the issue I'm getting. Oh, by the way, got a bit of a shiny escort or whatever, and also, I've gone ahead and just taken care of that shortcut right there. Oh yeah, and that whole jumping thing to keep your speed, yeah, it's one of those things that this game does not have. The original PS1, it did have that, and it was very useful for keeping your speed. This is not here. A lot of the tactics that the PS1 version had of keeping your boost, such as keeping your speed, do not exist in this game. Like, half of it is here, the other half is missing, because the other half are sort of considered glitches. You're not supposed to be able to do some of the shit you were able to do in the PS1 version when you had speedruns and such. So unfortunately, in this fucking remaster, they're not here because I guess they just consider it glitches. Beanox considered it to just be an exploit. So they didn't put it in. The other stuff though, yeah, they are in, but it's the usual stuff that I'm pretty sure was meant to be in this. Was meant to be on purpose. It does make getting for a lot of these tracks much more for pain now, especially since you can't really do the same tricks you could do in the PS1 version. In fact, they actually changed a bit of the level design up a little bit, I believe, to make some of the shortcuts a lot more harder than they were originally. So that's fucking fun. Also, the physics and the hit detection and such, you know, that's also in big play. And we know about that from N Sane Trilogy, so we'll have a lot of fun with this game, I can tell.
To get a turbo boost while power sliding, wait until the smoke from your exhaust turns black, then press the power slide button. If you wait too long, you'll hear a backfire sound and miss your chance for a boost.
I kind of wish I knew what Aku's voice was, no, Uku's voice was in the original PS1 CTR, because I've never played the villain characters in that game. I've always played like Coco and Crash and such. Never bothered with any of the villain characters. I thought, you know, Crash and Coco have the same stats as Engine and Cortex. Like, yeah, Cortex is cool and all, but why the fuck should I play as him if I got these guys? Especially it's the whole point of the story mode is that you're supposed to, like, save the world from Oxide, and, you know, he's back, and it's the same sort of story and the same, you know, bullshit all around. And, yeah, Mystery Caves is next, and Mystery Caves isn't really much different to how it was in CTR in terms of how it works. There is the turtles, though, and I thought the turtles are awkward, to say the least. Again, it's not like the PS1 version, where, you know, they're kind of obvious on how much space you can actually get from the jumps and such. Whereas in this one, it's kind of all over the place. It's not really consistent. That's going to be an issue I'm going to be apparently going through a lot. Like, right there, that should have been a small jump, but that was actually a fairly big jump. Whereas sometimes I can get, like, a massive fucking jump out of nowhere, and other times I can just get a fuck all jump from a freaking risen up turtle. It's weird. I don't quite get it. Also, not only is the whole jumping thing, you know, not going to help me out in any way now, because it doesn't actually, like, store my speed and all, it actually slows you down if you jump. So, you know, the game is pretty much telling you you don't want to fucking jump now. Because CTRNF made it so that if you jump, then your speed is gone. Your boost actually stops. That's what I've noticed during this. I'm not even joking about that either. Because a lot of times, when I'm just going for having these little bit boosts from these, boost pads and all, if I jump, all of a sudden, the speed I was accumulating just stops like I'm fucking braking. And down we go. I had a really, really bad time then. Screwed up there. But yeah, the main thing I had to learn was to not really jump so much, and only jump if I needed to, get my slide boost going. Otherwise, don't jump because that's gonna waste your fucking time. And you don't want to waste your fucking time. But yeah, for the most part, it is... There we go. As you can see, the mask is the same for Aku Aku. It's just, it's Uka Uka here. So, it's still the Aku Aku mask. It's just, it's the Uka Uka mask because we're playing as a villain. I'm going to be questioning how this mask even works after we get through this, because I won't spoil it yet, but there's going to be a thing where they've added a lot of stuff, and some of the stuff they added, it makes me question what exactly the masks are going to be this time. Like, what this power-up's actually going to be, if they ever change at all, or if they're going to be, like, Aku Aku for all of them, Anyway, that was the third track done. And you obviously know what the fourth track's gonna be. I don't have to spoil it really, so we're obviously gonna be in for some pain. In fact, this level, in this version, is much harder than the PS1 version. It's actually one of those tracks where they made the shortcut for it a lot harder to get. It's a lot more difficult to get right compared to beforehand, and it's really shitty.
When you get a TNT crate on your head, start hopping immediately. If you react fast and hop enough times, the TNT crate will fall off your head before it explodes.
There is an achievement for getting rid of a TNT crate on your head. We will have to get that eventually in this part. Also, a color scheme, Team Bandicoot. There are apparently teams around here. Even though CTR was never a team thing, I don't think it was even like Nitro Kart. It was tag team racing at best. And even then, the whole team thing was a two-sided thing, really. It was never like an actual team thing. We'll have to eventually get to Nitro Kart and Tag Team Racing eventually. I have Tag Team Racing. I don't have Nitro Kart yet. I will have to get that eventually. Also, Sewer Speedway. Sewer Speedway is one of those tracks where I swear to God, Beanox made this harder than the original. Because they fucking made the shortcut harder to do. Here's what I've learned about what they did with the shortcut here, in fact. Because I really just wanted to learn how fucked this was going to be. And what I found just shocked me. So, first of all, you're probably thinking that should have worked, right? Well, no. You know how there was that little awkward boost that would happen when you go for that jump? If you jump at the right time? Well, they made it more lenient, but at the same time, it's now really dependent on your speed. Unfortunately, Coco and Engine here are going to have rather a hard time getting a consistent jump for it. And for me, I got unlucky pretty much almost every time with Engine and Coco. So... yeah, I could not get this jump happening in this one at all. And make things worse, if you jump pretty much like to get ready for the thing, like if you make like a jump to get like a little small boost at the bottom and then go for the jump, you will slow yourself down. It erases the boosts that you had beforehand. So that's fun. But to make matters even fucking worse, when it came to that, you really do need to time it correctly, but you also need to time your boost correctly. You need that perfect fucking boost timing, otherwise you're not gonna make it. So, yeah, they made it more lenient on when to jump, but at the same time, they fucked over everything else in the process. So, unfortunately, while I would love to go for this shortcut, I could not do it in this part. So, forgive me for that. Don't worry, I will eventually show you me going for that shortcut in the second part. I have to do it anyway. But when it comes down to this shit, like, there you go, there's a TNT thing. There's your achievement. But yeah, when it came down to this part, I could not do it. My speed is not good enough for Engine or Coco, really. And yeah, it was just unforgiving all around. It was just not gonna happen. So yeah, Sewer Speedway is harder to deal with than it is in the PS1 version. Timing of the jump is easier. There's a bit more leniency on when to jump compared to the PS1, where it's almost very frame accurate in a way. But everything else is fucked. You need to essentially just get almost near perfect speed and such to make that shit work out. I do appreciate that they added more character to these cutscenes with the bosses, like Ripper Roo's cutscene there and his beating cutscene when you get the key. You know, in the original PS1 version, it was just them talking to you on like the right side, left side, or whatever, and that's it, right behind the portal, really. But here, they actually put in the effort to actually put in the scene for you, which I appreciate a lot. So yeah, good job, Beanox. You made the cutscenes better. Unfortunately, you made the gameplay much more of a nightmare in the process. Because I already suffered through CTR getting the Platinum Relics, and you've actually made getting the Platinum Relics in this game, in your remaster, worse than the original. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I fucking hate the relics in Nitro-Fueled. Like, I had issues with the freaking relics in N Sane Trilogy, but a lot of them were fine. Like, they weren't complete bullshit. Honestly, I feel like almost every relic in this fucking game, when it comes to the platinum stuff, is bullshit. And some of them are so fucking bullshit, they're unforgivable. And one of them is Sewer Speedway. I fucking hate Sewer Speedway. I already did when it came to the PS1 version. But the fucking goddamn Nitro-Fueled version is so much worse, I never want to even touch or see Sewer Speedway ever again. That is how much hate I have gathered because of this game. So yeah, I'm not going to be nice about what I'm going to be dealing with next part, because the relic's going to be happening next part, and I'm just going to be a very angry man when it comes to relic stuff. I'm just not going to be nice about it. I'm sorry, I fucking hate the platinum relics in this one. They are just bullshit to me. And since they got rid of a lot of the tricks that the original PS1 had, yeah, it's I have to rely on some fucking luck for some of these. But whatever. I got some achievements. I beat Ripper Roo without getting hit once, so there you go. Let's see the cutscene. And there you go. We got the key. So, with the key now in our grasp, we can now leave this entire area and go to the next few levels, which I'm not doing because obviously we gotta get the CTR tokens and relics. You know, we always do that. We've done this in the CTR, you know, original CTR Let's Play. We're doing it again in this one because why would I change it? You know, it's 100%. We're not changing 100% here. We're gonna go and do that shit next time. But first...
Congratulations on opening this new area. Here, you will find 4 more tracks to race. Good luck.
Yeah, there you go. Also, I now have Ripper Roo as a character we can play as, apparently. And also got a few things, like a sticker of Ripper Roo and a paint job and all. And yeah, we're right in front of the exit, but I'm not going for it. Because next time, in Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, we're going for all these levels again in order to grab the Relics and the CTR tokens. CTR tokens aren't that bad. Relics are my fucking nightmare fuel. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you all next time for some other fucking... What the f***?